Getting a good haircut is easy. There are lots of talented barbers out there. Getting the right haircut for you, though, is very tricky. It's easy to get a haircut that just doesn't suit you at all. And when it comes to getting the perfect haircut, communication is key. Before I became a barber, I had some very questionable haircuts, which you can see right here. A lot of these bad haircuts were because I made the mistakes which we're going to talk about today. Mistake number one. Not communicating with your barber or stylist. If you know exactly the haircut that you want, let them know. Bring photos, bring examples so they can see exactly what it is, the look that you're after. As a general, we're all about visual, so giving us a picture to look at, it's a great reference point for us to start. Remember, your barber or stylist, they're the professional. They know exactly what they're doing, or they should do. Make sure and be open to their suggestions. They can help guide you to get a haircut which is going to flatter your features and something that should work really well for you. If they're not offering suggestions, then that's probably a good sign to try a new barber. Mistake number two is not considering your face shape and the head shape. Different haircuts flatter different face shapes, so make sure and choose a style which works with your natural features. For example, if you have a round face, the last thing you're going to want to do is pick a round haircut which makes your face look even rounder. Instead, go for a haircut which adds a little bit more length to the face, so that's going to be something with a little bit more volume, maybe a bit of a quip. That'll add some more angles to the face and give the illusion that the face is a lot slimmer than what it is. Often something that gets neglected is the back of the head. This is really something to make sure and take into account. A good example of someone who hasn't taken this into account is Richarlison from the Brazil team. You can see here on this photo that actually it goes above where it needs to, and it just really makes the back of the head look a bit ugly. Mistake number three is not maintaining the haircut. Regular trims are essential to keep your hair looking at its best, make sure that it keeps healthy, and to actually keep it in the style that it's meant to be. Split ends and damaged hair can make the hair look dull and lifeless, so making sure to schedule regular trims means it'll never get out of control. How often you get a trim will depend on your hairstyle and your hair type, but a good rule of thumb if the hair is on the longer side is every 4 to 6 weeks. If it's on the shorter side, then every 2 to 3 weeks. Mistake number four is not using the right hair products. The right hair products can make a massive difference in the health and the appearance of your hair. So many people when they're in a chair don't believe me, but different products work completely different on different hair types. You need to get products which are perfect for your hair type and your texture. Ask your barber or your stylist for recommendations, shampoos, conditioners, styling products, something that's going to work for your hair. For example, if you have fine, thin hair, the last thing you're going to want to use is a heavy, greasy wax. That's going to weigh the hair down, make it look even thinner. Instead, you're going to want to have something that's lightweight, something that's volumizing, something that's going to give it more body and will add nice texture to the hair. Mistake number five, not getting a haircut that fits your lifestyle. If you have a busy schedule, for example, you're going to want to have a haircut which is low maintenance, something that's really easy to style and just looks great straight out of the box. Your haircut needs to be practical for your daily routine. A lot of guys whose hair are cut, they want to grow the hair out and they think it's going to be easy. You can just tuck it behind the ears and then that'll be it done. But the reality is that it takes a lot more effort with long hair to make it look good. Even something as simple as just how long it takes to dry in the morning can be a mega frustration. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to give it a little thumbs up. And if you're new around here and you want to see more educational videos, click the subscribe button below. Mistake number six, following the trends too closely. What's fashionable at the moment might not necessarily be the best fit for your personal features and your individual style. While it can be very tempting to follow the latest trends and try out the latest hairstyles that you're seeing on these famous celebrities, it's important to remember that what looks good on someone else isn't necessarily going to look great on you. It's fine to consider the latest trends and be aware of what's happening in the world. Of course, that makes a lot of sense, but it is much better to take the time to try and find out what's really going to work best for you. Mistake number seven, not considering your hair's natural texture. If you have curly hair, for example, you're going to want a haircut which works with the natural curls. You don't want a haircut which is something you're going to have to straighten out, something that's going to require a lot of maintenance. Straight hair requires a haircut with lots of texture, something which allows for a lot more movement and volume. Curly hair means you're going to need a haircut which reduces the bulk. And coarse hair is going to benefit from a haircut which allows for more softness to come out. Mistake number eight, not considering your hair density and thickness. Density refers to the amount of individual hairs on the scalp, while hair thickness refers to how thick each individual hair is. Both of these factors affect how your hair looks and behaves, and absolutely should be taken into account when choosing your haircut. For example, if you have fine, thin hair, you're going to want to avoid haircuts which are too short. They're going to expose the scalp and make it look even thinner than what it is. On the other hand, if you have thick, dense hair, you're going to want to have something which removes weight and adds texture to it, something that's going to tame the hair and prevent it from looking too bulky. Mistake number nine is having unrealistic expectations. It's so important to be realistic about what your hair can and can't do. The amount amount of guys whose hair I've cut who have next to no hair and are come in showing me a photo of something that is thick, long and luscious and expecting me to do that is quite ridiculous. So tame down your expectations. It's absolutely fine to want to try and look at other styles, but please listen to your barber about whether the photo that you've brought in of Brad Pitt is actually something you can do with your hair or not. It's also really important to bear in mind that the haircut that Jake Gyllenhaal or David Beckham have really looks great on them because they are that person. If you look at a lot of David Beckham's haircuts and then remove them from David Beckham the person, they're not actually that amazing haircuts. You need to remember that virtually any haircut that one of these celebrities has is going to look good on them regardless. Mistake number 10 is not doing your research. There really is no excuse for seeing a bad barber now. There are endless amounts of barbers posting content on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. Instantly you can see the quality of their work through photos, through videos. Now people are posting their consultations, how they address a haircut, giving tips and advice like I do. It's right there for all of us to be able to go and find it. You can go into Instagram, you can go into the search bar, you can type in barbers and your location, and then you can actually see in the location area all of the barbers that are there. You can then instantly see the type of haircuts that they do and whether or not they're going to be able to do a good haircut. Don't be scared to go and try a new barber. Ask for recommendations, go and see the reviews online, but whatever you do, just don't go in blind. Click this video right here to take you to this ultra satisfying ASMR beard shave.